All right, hey, I'm here to remind you about text features. We've been talking about text features all week, and you guys have a test coming up soon. So what this is going to be is a review of all of the things we've talked about. First, remember that text features are any sort of thing in the book that helps you understand informational text. So you've got titles that tell you what the text is about. You've got subtitles that help organize the text, so if you're looking for specific information, you know where to go. You've also got all of those graphic text features. Those are anything that's not text, so pictures, maps, timelines, that type of thing. So you can see in a lot of informational text, you've got pictures, often with captions. And remember, guys, captions are going to give you a ton of information. Maps are also a type of graphic organizer that helps you understand the text a little bit better. The last thing that you might see often, especially like in textbooks and stuff, are those bold and highlighted words, usually vocabulary, things in italics, and now a lot of times authors will change the font of something so that it stands out, it draws your eye to it so you know it's an important detail. Text features can be found in informational text. It's where you're going to find them. Now you may see a table of contents or a glossary or an index in a fiction book or in literature, but most often you're going to find these things in informational text. There are print features, which are, like we said, the way that the text actually looks. It draws your eye to important features. Graphic features are those pictures, anything that's a chart, a graph, an illustration, a photo, those things that aren't text. And organizational features, which is where you go if you're going to need to know where something is how the text is actually organized. The print features, they're kind of standard, and now that you've experienced Microsoft Word, you actually know how to do some of them yourself. Bold is anytime the print is darker and stands out from the page. Italics, as one of you said recently, looks like cursive but isn't. The letters are slanted to the side some. Underlined text is easy. It's text that's underlined. Colored and highlighted text, you often find that on your vocabulary words in your textbook. And fonts. A lot of times things will change the font, the way it looks. Not just for fun, it actually draws your eye to the text and lets you know that this is an important thing that you need to pay attention to. The graphic features are the parts that aren't text. They're the things that you can look at and gain information from, and they are all over informational text. A lot of readers skip these, and that is something that's really hard for you because it's got a ton of information, and sometimes the caption on a picture will summarize most of the information found on that page. Some examples, and this is certainly not all of them, you've got timelines, especially in social studies, any sort of graph or chart. Those have a ton of information and readers often just skip over it, but they have a ton of information that summarizes what you would have read on that page. Any sort of picture with a caption, make sure you read the caption so you understand why the picture's there. Anytime you've got charts that give you additional information, maps show you where things happen. Another one that you see, especially in science, are diagrams, things that label the different parts. This is not all of the graphic features, but these are a good example of what you might find in an informational text. Organizational features are how the text is laid out. It helps you find what you're looking for. Titles and headings are going to tell you what that section of the story is about. Subheadings will help you break down the text. Maybe you're just looking for one piece of information and you don't want to read the whole thing. If that's the case, then you can use the subheadings to find what you're looking for. The common ones that you've been looking at for years now, you know that the table of contents tells you where a section begins. It's found in the beginning of the book. The index tells you where specific information can be found within the book, and that's sorted alphabetically, not numerically. And the glossary is what helps you look up words that you might not be familiar with. It gives you definitions, kind of like a mini dictionary that has to do with the information that you're reading. All of these are ways that will help you guide you to the information that you want in case you don't want to read the entire text. So you can pick up any book, open it, and find text features. This is a book on rocks and minerals I picked up this morning when I got to school. You can see that we have a chart here that helps us. I've got all of these photos with captions that tell me what the different things are. I've got a subheading here. And I've got some bold words that are going to let me know that that's an important thing I need to look at. You can find these anywhere. You practice in class with a test coming up. Hopefully this video will remind you what you need to know.